Hello everyone and welcome back. I've got another battery to take a look at here. We're going to give it a try today. We're going to start today and finish up doing stuff with it tomorrow. This is the ALLPOWERS model R2500 portable power station. It has a LifePo4 battery. This is one of the bigger batteries, you know, it's not one of your little 1000s for charging your phone and doing just little stuff. And it's not, you know, up in the 3000 plus where you're trying to run your whole house, you know, with an expansion batteries. I mean, you can add expansion batteries to this, it would do the job, but this is running right about 62 pounds. So it's something you can throw in your RV. If you're going camping and you can drive there, you can use this. You're not going to toss this in your canoe and go on a 200-mile canoe trip. This is one of, you know, it's the bigger battery, mid-size I'd say, but still big. It's got 2016 watt hours and it has a 2500 watt pure sine wave inverter that has a 4000 watt peak. As far as charging goes, it has 5 different ways to charge it. AC, solar, auto generator, double AC and solar. So, and if you do AC and solar, you can put in a maximum 2500 watts if you're using both, and it'll charge the whole thing up in 1 hour. And one thing cool about this battery, it has the UPS system if you need that. It's the uninterrupted power, 15 millisecond uninterrupted. So if you have like a CPAP machine or whatever, or you know, you just have this sitting there charging all the time in case of a power outage. If the power goes out, it just takes 15 milliseconds for, you don't even really get a flash in the light bulb and it kicks back on and everything is on like it was when there was electricity. And like I said, it's got the LifePo4 battery that has over 3,500 charging cycles, and this has a maximum 4,000 watt AC output with a parallel connection. I don't know what that means, but I'm giving you the information. So if we take a look here at the outputs and inputs, you have 2 USB-C 100 watts for some really fast charging right there. You've got 2 USB-A, which are running at 18 watt, and this one is running at 12 watt, so slower charging or whatever. And it has 4 of the 20 amp regular AC, and what I like about this one and what we're going to do tomorrow, this is only a 20 amp outlet, but it's got a 30 amp plug-in. So I can plug the Fish House camper directly into this without an adapter or anything and run it. And tomorrow we'll go out there and I don't think we'll get to it tonight, and plug it in, turn on the TV, just turn on some different stuff and see how it runs it. You know, it's going to run it fine. It's got over 2,000 watt hours. It will run it everything just fine, even the microwave. The only thing it wouldn't run would be the air conditioning, the roof air conditioning unit. Over here we've got your usual cigarette output right there, and this is a 12 volt 10 amp. And I mean, it's got this connection here. I don't use these connections much, but it's nice that they have them if you need them. I do have cables like this. I just have never had to use them. These 2 ports here are for expansion batteries, so you can take this 2016 watt hour and build it up quite big if you want to. Over here we just have our inputs. This is where we plug in to charge it with grid power. This is where you plug it in to do solar panels, and I actually have 2 solar panels for it. They're not the fold-up type either. These are flexible, but they're more of a fixed. They're big, so we're going to take a look at those. I was going to charge this with that today, but we had no sun. It's been cloudy all day. And then right here is your circuit breaker. If I plug it into the camper out there and I turn on the roof air conditioning unit, it'll pop it, so, which is good because it won't fry your battery. So we'll go through some more of the specifications, which is when I just sit in the chair and look at the book to see if there's anything else that I need to tell you. But I call this the boring part of the video, just all the specs, but some people really want those specs and to know. For me, it's like, okay, it's over 2,000 watt hours. I can do a lot with this battery. And I look at the different plugins and everything, and then that's fine. And then now let's turn it on. I did charge this up already. And we're still at 100%. Nice, easy to read screen. You can see you're 100% when you're charging. The little blue light that's around the 100, you know, moves around, and you can see your input and your output. And that input and that output didn't mean much to me when I first started doing batteries, until you start using the battery and then you turn something on and you can see exactly what it's pulling out of this battery. And it really makes you think, you know, do I need 2 lights on? You know, or you have a light fixture that has 2 light bulbs. Do I need both light bulbs in there? I could unscrew one of them. And then it does tell how long you have left, how much time is remaining. I mean, right now it says I have 28 days, but I have nothing plugged in. So you guys know how I do these. I like to try it out on different stuff. Sometimes I'll haul them up to the tent and try them. But with this one here, something a little bit different. I can plug it into anything, and we are going to plug it in, like I said, to the fish house camper so we can see how it runs that. That's always fun. See how much stuff is pulling, how long that battery is going to last, and everything. And like I said, if it's sunny tomorrow, I can plug in the solar panels, but we all know how they work, but we will take a look at the solar panels. But what I'm going to need is, if you guys watch the channel, you guys know that we just got a milk cow maybe a month ago. And we milk her in the morning and we milk her at night. Well, you also know that we get some humongous snowstorms up here. And last year we didn't. It was a weird winter, but usually we get dunked on. And the one year, it wasn't last year, the year before maybe, the power went out because of the heavy snow and ice. And we were out of power for something like 53 or 58 hours. So it was days, you know, more than 2 full days with no power. And I have a generator that I run the house with. And you can take the battery, like this thing will run a refrigerator for a long time. And, you know, just about anything it'll run. Microwave, but you know when you heat up something in the microwave, you're pulling your hours off of these batteries. So you really kind of watch it, which is nice with the input, the output. But I don't have a generator back here for the workshop building, which wasn't a big deal before. I can hook up a generator and run a cord, and everything, but we have to milk that cow morning and night until we dry her off. And there's going to be some snowstorms. So I need a battery that can run that milker, or I'm going to be out here hand milking, which I've done for about 5 minutes and realized, no, we definitely want to use the machine every time. So tonight, right now it's 6:37, and at 6:30 is usually when I milk Mesa the cow, so she's probably standing at the back door already. We'll have to go back there and take a look. So anyway, I'm getting long-winded on these videos like I always do. Try to keep these short and they get longer and longer. Let's get this back there, we'll get the milker plugged in, we'll get her brought in here, go through the whole process of milking her, and we'll see how much it drained this battery, because right now, like I said, it's at 100%. Alright, we have the milker plugged in. I've got the power turned on. I know this thing pulls a lot of power. Let's check it out. That thing pulls about 1,500 watts. So yeah, it'll be nice to have it. This is a lot to put into this battery, and it's going to run it. Let's get the cow milked out. Let's see if she's waiting for us. What are you doing, Mesa? You ready to come in for some grain and get milked? I got to go into the house and get some hot water. I'll be right back. Alright guys, I'm going to run back, get a 5-gallon bucket of hot water, which is the only water I have to pull from the house, and I'll be right back and we'll take care of the cow. Oh, I ran in the house and got my bucket of hot water. I have cold water out here, but for cleaning we need to run a 5-gallon bucket of hot through there. Everything should be ready. Her grain is ready for her. Let's bring her in. you ready? Where's Festus? Festus, I got your grain too. Come on in. Come on. Good girl. Here, Festus. There you go. That's some hot water. Cool that down a little bit. There we go. Pretty clean. Get you all disinfected. See you in the morning. Alright, so we just got the milk put into jars for today, and now I have to go through the whole process of cleaning this. I got to run through a bucket of hot water, then a bucket of water with vinegar in it, and then that has to sit for 5 to 10 minutes. And then after I dump that, then I run a thing of cold water through it, and then we'll be done with the milker, and we can see how much power it used. And that's today's milk, a little over 2 3/4 gallons. When we milk in the morning, it goes into a container, and then it goes into a milk cooler. And then tonight when we milk, then we, put them together and get them all put into jars. And now I clean this up, and then I go put it in the milk cooler until we use it. Oh, that's some hot water. Well, now that we have all the feed done for tomorrow, I like to do that in the morning and at night, so I don't have to do it before we run the cow in. And then Festus gets grain outside, so I get his ready, so once she comes in, I can put his out. It's been probably almost 10 minutes, so I can dump this. And then we can run that machine for the last time and see how much electricity or battery power we use. So milking her out, I'm at 72%, so I used up 28% of the battery. I could have quickened that up a little bit. I kind of lollygagged when it was actually milking her, because Melissa was out here and I was talking to her and stuff. And so I could probably get 4 milkings off that battery, which is pretty good if you think about it. You know, I could do 2 full days of milking on this battery if the power was out. And only one time did the power go out for over those, 48 hours. So, and we've been here for a little over 6 years. So otherwise we've had some that were, 24, 40 hours, but the one time that went over 2 days. Let me get this milk brought next door and put into the milk cooler, and then we'll come back here and we will take a look at the solar panels. We're going to plug that battery in so that it can charge, and then tomorrow we'll just have a few minutes plugging in the fish house camper. We'll turn a few things on and we can wrap this up. Right now I got to get this in the cooler so it can rapid cool. Well, here are the solar panels in the box. Like I said, they're not a portable, but they have portable. And I had a choice of waiting to get the portable or send these. And I have a couple places, like I said, where I could really use more of a fixed type. And so I thought, why not try these out? It'll be kind of neat. Get these opened up and see what they look like. Well, here we have it. This is the one of the two 200-watt panels, and they're flexible. That's kind of neat, and they come with straps so you can strap it to something. Let's look in here. It's got the regular, hookups, and it looks like it has the cable too. Oh, I see. There's straps with Velcro, so you can strap this to whatever you want. That's an option. You've got a little booklet. Tells you about it, but basically you plug it in, you point it toward the sun, and boom, it makes electricity. Charges up your battery. I could actually keep this in the back part of the workshop, run the cable outside, and keep that battery charged without using grid power. Yeah, you just got your regular connector there. The other end clicks in. That's a nice solar panel, really. I mean, if you're going on a canoe trip, you're not taking that battery with you. It's too big. But if you're in your RV or you can drive to your campsite, you easily could throw that in and it will run everything. I mean, I'm going to have to look at the video footage of it, because I was surprised how good that did with how many watts that thing was taking. And I think it took more. I'll have to watch and see what you guys saw. I haven't looked at it yet. That was pretty good. I mean, I didn't realize that milker took that much power, to be honest. And it really does. So these are nice. I'm not even going to open the other one. It'll be identical to this one. Plug this in so it can charge up. Hopefully you can see that okay with the reflection of the light. It's pulling about 1,000 watts. It's going to take 44 minutes to charge it back up. Now it's at 26%. You know, it's a pretty impressive battery. You know, I'm surprised how it ran everything. Charges up nice. It's not too loud. Just reading a couple more things on it. It's expandable with up to 3 of the B1000 expansion batteries. So then, I mean, you would more than double it. You'd double and a half it. So it'd be a pretty impressive battery set up that way to run whatever. I mean, it's impressive right now. And it does have an app. I forgot to say that. It does have an app on here that you can run it from. Sometimes I like to do that. Usually you get more features that you can look at, but right now I'm moving it from here to the camper and stuff, so I'm not going to be running the app. But the app is nice, so you can check on your battery wherever without having to come up and push the button and take a look and stuff. They actually have things on their website that shows how long it'll run stuff. So a 1200 watt microwave, 1.1 hours. A 230 watt TV, 6 hours. Refrigerator, about 6 hours. Computer, 17 hours. Well, that's it until tomorrow. Like I said, we'll plug in the Fish House camper, run a few things. I don't know what else we have to see. The thing ran the milker, which was quite a bit. But anyway, my quest to make these 8 to 10 minutes long, where are we at right now in this video? You guys will know when I get it edited down this far. But anyway, tomorrow we'll plug it in out there and see how it does and get this thing over with. Alright, well, it's the next afternoon. It's pretty much evening, I think, now. 4:48. It was just an absolutely rotten day today. Rainy, windy. It was rainy this morning and windy and cold. Temperature outside didn't even make it to 50. I think right now it's like 46 degrees. But anyway, the battery, you know, is charged up to 100%. Like I said, we'd bring it out here into the Fish House camper. Just run a few things that run on electric. I just turned on the lights. I have a couple of fans in here that run on electric. I have this 1500 watt electric heater that I'll use just right now when we come out and we watch a movie or something. There's no reason to pop on the propane yet, because sometimes I'm turning on the air conditioner with the generator and stuff. So yeah, let's see how it runs this, and we'll go out and take a look and see what the little readout shows. And I'm going to turn on the electric lights. It's only 49 degrees in here. Oh, this one says 51. Let's see. I've got 2 fans I'm going to turn on. Usually if I run this heater, I've got a cord that runs all the way from the garage. So it's like 130 feet, and it's not a heavy cord. And I'll turn this on and it barely runs it. Let's see. Am I plugged in? Oh, I need to plug this in. Turn it all the way up. I usually just keep it on 1300 watt because it gets it so hot in here. Let's put it on 1500 watt. It runs it regular though. When I have it hooked up to that cord, coming all the way from the garage on a 15 amp circuit, when I turn like a fan on, this will just get really down and the fan barely goes. So we're on 1500 watt. That fan's going. Turn this fan on. Lights are on. That puts a little more strain on it there. But if we were out camping, or out ice fishing on the lake, we wouldn't have electric heater on. We would never run that. We would just run the propane, because everybody, even if you're on a generator or one of these batteries or whatever, it'll run the heater, but it was only going to run it for an hour or a little more. So you wouldn't do that. You learn what you can use and what you can't use, but it ran it fine. But I do want to put a movie in on the DVD so we can see how much that takes. So I'll turn this fan back on. I shut that off so it wasn't blowing on the camera. That fan's going, lights are on, this is on. That's pretty much the max of what we would use if we were out ice fishing or camping and running a battery. I mean, what more do you need? There is battery lights in here too that you could use, so you could save your battery, and not use the electric lights, but we're, doing a video to show what it can run. All that going, and I'm pulling 193, 194 watts. It would run it for 8 hours. I mean, really for us, we plug this in overnight. Like, I'll run the generator during the day, and then at night we'll shut the generator off and we just plug this into the battery, and it maintains the batteries that can run the fish house. And so we would have the lights off, one fan going, and probably the TV. At the evening, and then overnight we would, this would be off and we would just have the fan going. So if we do that, this fan would not be going. This fan would be going. This is playing, so we're good. And the lights would be out. So with the fan and the TV and DVD on, now it can run for 13 hours. So then if we shut off the DVD, shut off the TV, leave that fan on, we're going to shut, just like before, I'll shut the electric lights off. Leave the bathroom light on. And now we're running it for 18 hours. And like I said, that's a little over 2,000 watt hours. I've used them before. We're running this fish house camper, and this was when it was cold out too. It will run it overnight, and then of course the next morning fire up the generator, that runs your camper, charges the battery back up. That night you're ready to go again. Okay everyone, well thanks a lot for watching. The ALLPOWERS LifePo 4 portable power station. This one's the R2500. They have several different models, but check out the links in the description. What it boils down to is what kind of battery do you want, how big, and now you guys know what this can run. you know, what's the price range, all that stuff. So check it out. All the links are down there. Any specials that they're running, you'll see them there also. I didn't have any trouble with it at all. I like this 30 amp plug-in on this one here. It's got the ups, which is, a lot of them don't have that, and for some people that's critical. And it got an app for this one if you want to use it. Well, the sun finally popped out and it's just about to go below the trees, but I have time to come out here. I thought I was done with this video and plug in the solar, and let's see how it does. Like I said, the sun is going below the trees, but she's putting in 35 watts right now, charging it up. I like those solar panels. I like how they're not the fold-up kind. Like if you were camping, you could set them right against your RV or against your tent or whatever. Yeah, it's charging up. I used this battery this morning to run the cream separator, and I turned on a fan that blew on the wood stove to move the heat around because it was chilly this morning. The thing worked awesome. Well, the sun is going down now, but the sf200 flexible solar panels did their job. I will see you guys on the next video.